announcements as you trickle on in and get settled for today's class. But I do want to welcome you to our awesome webinar today. You came to the right place. This is BPM RIA, Broward, Palm Beach, Miami-Dade Real Estate Investors Association, your only local chapter here in South Florida that is partnered and in compliance with the National RIA, that is the National Real Estate Investors Association. My name is Alexa, COO at BPM RIA. We have some awesome people in the virtual building. We have Francisco Mago, owner and creator of RIAFacts. We have Anish Dave, our CEO and lead mentor. And we are going to discuss assumable mortgages and subject to deals, a lot more, you guys. So just get ready. But I have a raffle for today. I'm super excited to let you guys know. I will put the details in the chat for you all, but somebody in here will have a chance to win the raffle, which is 2 free months of professional dialer RIAFacts subscription. This is a $600 value, you guys. So please, if you're interested in entering the raffle for a chance to win, all you need to do is text REIFAX, all one word, no spaces, to our event line. It is 954-800-6961. So go text right now, go text that word to this number. I'll pop it in the chat again for you all that are trickling on in. And good luck. I will announce the winner at the very end of today's class. So upcoming events, as you guys know, we are not stopping this summer. We are just going to keep on rolling here. And all of you, please keep in mind that I am always adding more events for you guys. So keep an eye on the calendar, check it every week. When you're planning out your week, make sure you keep us in mind so we can get you in and learning and win some stuff. That's, we always like to have fun in here. So next week, we are going to have a webinar with Next Mill Mastermind. We're going to discuss the unconventional way to grow your business, which we love. And then following that, we have our monthly meeting coming up around the corner. This will be on Zoom, so free webinar. We're going to give away a 1-year membership to BPM RIA, so just keep that in mind and be there, because we are going to discuss advanced creative deal structuring in a changing market. This is for all of you, seasoned investors, beginner investors. You guys are going to get so much knowledge and a lot out of this monthly meeting. Super excited to have Bill and Kim Cook. So guys, you got to be there 7 p.m. to 8:30 for a monthly meeting on Zoom. And then you guys, we have more free webinars. So go to the website right now, go register. OB, you accidentally sent that in the chat. Make sure you send that word to that phone number so you can get in the raffle, because that's not going to get you in the raffle. All right, you guys. And then just keep checking the website. I popped in the chat. We want to see you at these free events and get you to learn some awesome stuff and get you ready to go. So last but no, sorry, I'm going to keep on moving here. My favorite way to keep up with events, text BPM RIA, all one word, no spaces, to our event line. If you are interested in getting text updates for events with the registration link, super easy. Information is in the chat. So go check the chat. We're going to keep on moving so we can get you guys that good information. Memberships, as you guys know, the members get all the goodies. They get the National RIA Benefit Package, which gets you discounts to Home Depot, FedEx shipping, Avis Budget, all the good stuff that you guys need. Insurance, Kim plan, self-directed IRA. So many incredible discounts for you guys. So go get your membership right now. And you also get the 4 quarterly networking meetings for free and included in your membership. So memberships, go check out the website. Link is in the chat. And thank you guys so much for responding to the poll. So we know that you guys are awake. Yes, we need you guys to be awake and ready to go for this class today. So thank you guys for responding to the polls. It really does help me know where you guys are at. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Already mentoring and coaching, last but very not least, we do offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA. We do put up 100% of the money for our students' deals, and we split the profit 50-50. You can go to the website right now and book a discovery call with me. This is going to be a call where I can give you a brochure with a complete breakdown of everything we include in the program, as well as the pricing information During this discovery call, I'll be more than happy to schedule a 1 hour free consultation with you and a mentor so you can discuss all of your personal questions, concerns, anything that bothers you, anything that intrigues you. This is going to be your time to discuss with a mentor your personal situation. So a lot of value in there. So you guys book your discovery calls, link in the chat, my email's in the chat. Always love talking to you guys so much. That is like why I wake up every morning so we can actually talk and get into it. I always forget I have one more slide after this. I'll be quick, you guys. I want to get you that good information, so stick with me. If you are interested in funding your education, we have recently been approved by a third-party funding agency. Go ahead and scan this QR code if you are interested in that funding. Minimum 620 credit score, 35,000 verifiable income, soft credit pull, same day response. We love that. So you guys do this during business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll get response within 1 hour, you guys. So thank you for listening to me. Oh my gosh, I have one more slide, you guys. Next Mill Mastermind, you guys know we've been talking about this. This is the mastermind that Anish and Francisco and other five, we call them the Fab Five. These incredible gentlemen have started a mastermind for you all that are looking to get to your first or next million. They offer so many incredible trainings and they offer one-on-one coaching pretty much. So you guys get in touch today, go to the website, book your call with them. And we're excited to bring you into those free webinars soon so you can kind of get a little bit of a taste of the like goodness that they have to offer. If you can only imagine 5 of these incredible CEOs, business owners, and just very well-connected people here in South Florida and worldwide. You guys can get a little taste of that in their upcoming webinars that we have posted to the website. So super excited about that. So sorry, you guys. I have just so much. Actually, I'm not sorry, you guys. I love you all, but I'm not sorry. I love sharing what we have coming up and what we have to offer here at BPM RIA. I know it's a lot. We know we do a lot, but that's what we love to do. We love to offer a variety of tools, education, events. These are all the things that we love to do and offer to you guys to help, fill in those gaps in your business and just get you to the next level. So without further ado, I'm going to bring these gentlemen on. Just a heads up, I will be popping helpful things in the chat for you guys. So keep your eyes on the chat. Questions, we don't want to miss those. So please put your questions in the Q&A box. There will be a Q&A box somewhere in your Zoom menu, down below, to the side, up top. I don't know where your Zoom menu is, but mine's down below. So please put your questions in the Q&A. Guys, just a little heads up, Francisco, he gets a ton of questions. So if you guys have questions, don't hesitate, put it in the Q&A. He's going to answer as many questions as possible, but you guys usually like stack up the questions in there. So don't wait to the last 2 minutes of the class. Get those questions in the Q&A, lock them in, and I'm going to stop talking now.
Thanks, Alexa. So, just in case, I do see a ton of familiar faces on this webinar. My name is Anish Dave, CEO of BPM RIA, formerly known as BRIA. And as Alexa mentioned, and if you've been following us for years, whether the in-person events, the webinars, or the free events, you know that Francisco is an integral part of our organization. And his software, RiaFax, without a doubt, has been amazing. I can't even tell you how much money I've made through using the software as number one. The second end of it, it's constantly evolving. So when we talk to Francisco, as Alexa mentioned, he's one of the Fab Five of Next Million Mastermind. We sit and we'll have a cocktail, and I say, hey, Francisco, it'd be great if you could do this. He goes, my favorite answer from Francisco is like, I go, why don't you have this? He goes, Anish, no one's ever asked me. Let me look at it. So as we keep evolving with Francisco and Reafax, it's always a pleasure. A lot of times I get to pop in on some of the webinars, and when I saw this one pop up, I was like, man, I'm also going to be waiting patiently and listening and learning at the same time as you guys in our audience. So, hey, Francisco, it's all yours. And we're excited
Thank
to have
you. Thank you, guys. Um, thank you very much. Nice introduction. Well, I'm gonna start showing my screen, guys. This is actually our software. When you log in, this is what you're gonna see. Usually, first I have to say I'm more than thrilled of being here. This is a great platform to, to actually promote my product more. But what I like the most is being with you guys. Being in between entrepreneurs is always a pleasure. I feel at home. What I want to do here, when I want to start is, I'm going to go to my search. But again, one of the things that I want to do with you guys is this. I want to tell you. Usually when I start doing my search, what I say to you is, the main reason of the software is actually to find you deals. And deals is the combination of two main things. Number one is a motivated seller. The seller needs to be motivated. And number two is equity. So when we cross-reference these two things, motivation and equity, is where we find actually potential deals. Now, the difference is, and I'm doing this distinction because in subject to properties and assumable mortgages, we are not necessarily looking for equity, okay? And the reason being is these properties were sold back then, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And those properties, we not necessarily are looking for equity. So we have a little more leeway in the searches there. It won't hurt to have equity, but it can be more flexible. Now, subject to property is, I would say, is our is the real estate investor's time machine. What does that mean? Interest rate right now are not so great, over 6% or over 6.5% in the best cases. And where we're looking is the sweet spot, meaning properties that were sold where the interest rate were in 2.5%, 2%. That's what we're looking for. So with that in mind, I'm going to do my first search. I'm searching specifically in Broward County for single-family properties. Now, what I'm going to do is put the sold date of those properties between I would say 2021 June of 2021 and I would say 2022 December 2022. So this is what I call the sweet spot. Okay, all the properties that were sold between that day, they have very low interest rate. Okay, we have better interest rates right now before that, but that is the sweet spot. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do here is the sold price to be equal or greater than at least $25,000. And I do that to eliminate everything that is related to what? To transfer of title. Okay? I don't want any transfer of title to be mixing here. And I'm going to do my search. It's 25,136 properties that were sold in Broward County in what we call the sweet spot. Okay, so we know who might have interest rate that are very good. Now, what is that we're looking for here? We're looking to find motivated sellers. Sellers or potential sellers that have a motivation. And what we call motivation. Motivation that we call it is challenges that the homeowners are involved right now. I'm going to show you a few. The first one that I'm going to show you is pre-foreclose. When I do that search, remember we're in Broward County. We have 236 properties that are in pre-foreclosure, and they were sold when the interest rates were really in the best time. Okay, as you can see, there are some here already that are for sale. Now, these are pre-foreclosures in Broward, 236. Let's check the opportunity in the whole state. How many are in Florida? $2,691. These are only the ones that were sold in the sweet spot of time when the interest rate were in the right price. Again, if you want to see the distribution view, which is a pretty cool, one of the pretty cool newest features we have, it will give you by actual county, where Hillsborough is the one that you're gonna get the most, then followed by Duval County, Broward, and Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach after those. Hillsborough is a surprise for me. Duval are no surprise. Okay, let's go back. Now, which other motivations we have that we need to find other than pre-foreclosure? How about tax delinquent? This guy owed taxes. They bought the property in that time and they owe taxes. Let's see how many of those we have. You don't pay your taxes, that's a signal of distress. In Florida, 5,655 potentials deals as in the whole state regarding, of course, the kind of property that we're looking for. Now, I'm going to go with Broward. I'm going to go to Miami-Dade. Here's Miami-Dade. 70 properties in Miami-Dade, no paying taxes, potential subject twos. And this is, of course, this is Miami-Dade potential subject twos in, they're not paying taxes. Now let's do next one of my favorite ones, which is probates. I'm going to eliminate this here. The tax amount. I'm going to put probate yes. I'm going to keep in Miami-Dade. $42 probates. Remember, these probates are very special because they recently bought that property 2 years ago and they're already in probate. Okay, so that's I would say is pretty special to me. And remember, we're doing here single families. There are people also that are looking for condos. I can do this for condos too, and it will be additional potential deals. In this case, probate again. $46 more. So, going to come back to single family, and I want to do probates that are potential subject to properties in the whole state. $594 potential subject to properties that are in probate. Those are single family. Let's check condos. $374. And now let's give it a try with multi-units. I'd be surprised if there is any multi-unit here. Well, there is. Total 9. Okay, and 4 of them in Miami. So guys, there are deals over there. And this is only probates that were sold during the sweet spot. Okay. Which other sign of motivations? Vacant properties. I'm going to go back to single family. We want to eliminate the probate option. And we want to ask for vacant properties that are in probate. I'm sorry, but I meant to say properties that are vacant right now that were sold during the sweet spot. What are they vacant? Doesn't matter, guys. They are. All these are signs of motivations. On all these are properties that were sold. And this is a big number, 8,392 in the whole state. And now let's do Miami-Dade to see the perspective in one county. $698 properties. That's big. These are vacant properties. Now we can try. This is one was our newest searches. Is open violations. So we want to try violations, yes. And these are open violations that, again, were sold during the sweet spot. Open violations, you have violations in the city. Okay, like for instance, roof. It's not a surprise here. See, I have a violation is also in foreclosure. So this property here was sold in the right time, July 12, 2022 for $750,000. Okay. The mortgage is 562, 500. That means that this is what you want guy to assume. And this is the foreclosure information. And this is the violation. See, the foreclosure information is not a bank foreclosure, but this here is related to this violation. Was doing things the wrong way. So this here precisely might not be a deal, but there are other, well, this is already in a judicial situation that not really because the debt is too low. But again, the system allow you to investigate that kind of thing in a property. All right. Let's go back. And what we're going to do now is actually finding assumable mortgages. And for that, we want to forget about all this because with the assumable ones, we're going to find the ones that are for sale. And the way that we're going to do it is we're going to go to our for sale tab. And I'm going to pick a county that I saw right now. Surprised me a little bit how many of those they have. Hillsborough. That's where Tampa is. And I'm going to my remarks and I'm going to put contains in my remarks. And I'm going to use my keyword for assumable, which is assumable. I hope I spell it right. Really bad at spelling. Let's see how many assumable mortgages are there. Let me put here first. The properties need to be for sale. We have 63 assumable mortgage properties. And you can click in one. And you will see, it will explain, see, 2.87 interest rate. FHA assumable. That's what you're looking for, guys. Another saying is starting 400,000 is going to 395. It's actually starting 425,000. And it's going now for 395. And he bought it in April 2020 for 254. Okay, that's the part that you can assume. Now, is this negotiable? Probably is. Then you click next for another example. Now offering 1% interest rate reduction for the Super Plus model. This is the kind of thing that you need to see one by one. okay? But again, that's the part the system is telling you, assumable. Not all, and see, this loan is 3.375. Very important, very important. I don't know, Anish, you are there. This is something that you might want to explain, which is the difference between assumables and subject to, because not all subject tos are assumable. So I can explain it, but you are the coach. I think you would do a better job.
Absolutely. Got me off guard there a little bit.
And Nish is
So
playing
the
on
the
3
difference
screens right now.
is with assumable, you still have to get qualified.
For
I just want to make sure
assumable,
my mic's still working. My mic's working, correct?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
Chris?
working.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So assumable mortgages is where you still have to get qualified. Your client does. So they're still going to have to put in tax returns. You're still going to have to show pay stubs, and the bank will let you take over that rate. Some of the challenges that you may, and that's usually for an end user. If you do subject to, that's when you're actually, as an investor side, which we love, you're going to have to set up in a different way, right? And you're not actually disclosing to the bank that you're making the payments. That's probably the easiest way I could tell you. There are due on sale clauses. There's a lot. It's a lot more complicated than most people think. You're going to want to set up in a trust, and we've actually, I'll probably do a subject to class actually now that you brought it up. So, but assumable mortgages are fantastic, especially if you could still qualify and take over that rate that they're in.
absolutely. That's one of the things that I was going to say regarding to subject twos is you need to have you need to do it in the proper way. Although otherwise you could be everything can go wrong. You
Yeah,
really need to know what you're doing when you're doing an assumable. That's why I bring Anish in, because they know the right way to do it in order to that everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that it's not as easy as you see on social media. You do need like the right paperwork, that attorneys. We usually put it into a trust. You want to also make sure that you're added to the insurance. So there are more components, but just like anything else, once you get a hold of it and you get it, it's a great strategy.
Now that and I was a little surprised when I find out that that you can actually wholesale assumable, and
Hey,
that was
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, you could wholesale these. You could seller financing. We've done a creative, actually on the quick start, we actually did a portion on creative financing. So it's a massive tool to add to your tool belt.
This is actually a part of what I will call that creative financing, isn't it? Okay, now I'm gonna open the floor. Remember, the subject to and assumable mortgages is a very small subsegment of what we do. And actually, we have a small course about how to find and how to take advantage of the assumable mortgages. And I'm willing to give it away to anyone that's signing today for REAFAX. Did you sign in today with REAFAX with the BRIA promo code? I'm gonna give available to you. That is a step by step of not only how to find it, but actually how to promote to them. Okay, available to you if you sign in for REAFAX today. Again, I'm gonna open the floor to Q&A.
Yes, you guys, just a reminder to make sure if you put your question in the chat box, just copy and paste it over to the Q&A as well. We don't want to miss any questions. So Just a reminder, put your questions in the Q&A box so that we don't miss them over in the chat. So let's see. I see, I think we might have answered your question already, Lisa. How can you tell if a property is vacant?
Lisa, the answer is always the same. We drive by every single one of these properties. No, just kidding. It's your mailman that is telling. Okay, we have a connection with the mail system, and we actually verify which properties are vacant by the mail system. That's the way we know.
Thank you, Francisco. Okay, what happens if you decide to sell the subject to property?
That's a
so I can
question
help.
for Anish.
Yeah, I saw that. So so Ken, it depends, right? It depends how the disposition. Meaning you could do a couple things, right? You could wrap it and sell or finance it if you wanted to another investor. Or if they're just buying it out outright, the lien is attached to the property. So for easy numbers, it's a subject to mortgage you took over at 300,000 at 2.875. And now you decided to sell it to Francisco for, I don't know, 400,000. And he's paying cash. So that lien would automatically get paid off. And Francisco owns it. Or I might say, Francisco says, no, I'm going to fix it up. I'm going to do these other things. I don't have that money. So I could do a seller financing on top of the subject to, and it's a wrap. So there's way more complicated question answers, and a 1-minute answer is not going to get you what you need. And it's something that's good out there. So we do these kind of deals in our program too. So
Thank you so much, Anish. Alrighty. More questions popping in. What about an overage over the mortgage amount? Let's say it's 300K mortgage and they want to sell for 400K. How do we pay for the 100K second mortgage or seller financing?
So generally speaking, there's going to be very few people that are actually going to do a second mortgage at 100% loan to value. Like that's just not realistic on the way it is today. The best way to really go about doing this is seller financing. So that's, I think, really important that if you could do that. What I can tell you on the creative financing, Note School with Eddie Speed in the past, they bought about $33 million in mortgages. 1/3 of them had 0% down and 0% interest rate. So again, these are all creative financing techniques that you're going to start learning.
Perfect. Okay. Alrighty.
Well, I'm answering Harry's questions this way.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I think that's it for right now.
Well, actually, Harry asked what are the remarks in the system, so
Oh, okay.
I put that here.
I thought he meant in general. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Francisco. I'm so confused.
So you're in for sale, and then you go to remarks.
Beautiful.
Harry.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Alexander popped in a question in the chat.
One of the things that I want to say, and this is something that I would like to, I'm gonna keep Hillsborough and just do one additional because it has to do with the results, and I think it's important because one of the things that you want to know is how much they owe right now, and you can certainly know that. And it's important to know that when you're doing this kind of process. I'm gonna go back and do 2021 again, May 23rd, and I'm going to do 2022 December 31st. Okay. December 23rd, 21st. December 31st. Perfect. Now, those are in Hillsborough County. I'm going to get single families. I'm going to do the search. This is the sweet spot of Hillsborough County. Okay? If you do this, and you got this known, I haven't created a template, which is very good because I'm going to create one right now. Okay. I'm going to get into public record. I'm going to select the field called known debt. Known debt. Known debt is how much they own in the property. So I'm going to put it. Let's leave it there. I'm going to call it known debt. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to call it. Actually, I had it before. For instance, this property is for sale in 550. The known debt of the property is 336. So you can see here what is that you can assume. This property is selling 1.75. He has a known debt of 1.76. When you're seeing that one is close to the other, like this one, 220 to 262, this is an interesting assumable. When there is too wide, like 366 to 730, it's not very interesting because you are not going to get a lot into the sweet spot of the how much are you going to pay. But these ones also very important. They sold the property in 525. So they bought it. That's what they actually financed, 420. Okay. So it gives you the advantage to know how much are you going to get. Actually, I forgot here one parameter here, which was putting the sold price over 25,000. So we don't get the transfer of titles. Let's do that and let's find again the known debts. Here they are. This 320, he financed 400,000. The closest it is, the best chance you get to actually assume that mortgage without any money. Like for this one, 370, 310. Now let's find only pre-foreclosures here. Because these ones are the ones that are motivated. And let's click on the known debt again. And you will see one beside the other. Known debt 418, sold price 418. And 380 market value. This is a cash for keys. Anish, you want to explain what cash for keys is? Sorry to put you in the spot. Okay.
Sorry, Francisco, what did you want me to explain? I had a quick call.
I'm sorry. I was showing that this property here is a potential cash for keep. It was sold in 418, and they actually own 418.
Got it.
Somehow he has the thing full finance.
Yeah, it looks like they either
And
they
the
could have
market
walked in
value
the-
is 380. So it doesn't have equity.
Yep. Yeah, so the bank could have easily took it back, or they worked out a deal, like you said, is just signing it back over. Could be any of those.
This will be a cash for key. So that terminology that I know is more related to
Foreclosures, yep.
what you do. That's why, you know, I
Yeah,
probably want
it's
to pitch in.
basically what happens is sometimes the bank they're saying, hey, listen, we don't want to go over the foreclosure process. If you sign it over, fill out this paperwork, you may walk away with some money. They'll give them a couple of grand, is what it works. I don't see too often, but it still does happen a little bit.
For instance, this is another one, sold in 430, and the sold in 430, and the known debt is 430, and the market value is 385. It's actually went down. So this is the kind of, even when this doesn't look like a deal because it's the homeowner owe more money than the market value is right now, because of the interest rate, this is in the 2% or 195 that was once at that time, it might be a deal because the money that you're paying is cheap money and it still might cash flow in a situation that you rented, and you can see it and weigh if that property is actually going over time. But again, that's the kind of thing that you discuss if you have a coach. That is my recommendation. So let me see if I answer some of the other question. Alejandro, how do you get access to the RIAFAS course you mentioned to find assumables? Thank you. When you sign in, that's something that we put available to you, Alejandro. Okay, and the way that you the delivery system is that you're asking is over here. Well, I don't have it here in this specific account, but there is an option here that says courses, and you will see one of these tabs that specific one. Alexander is asking, when you wholesale an assumable, it is pretty much structured the same as a wholesale deal, subject to inspection, etc. Where do you want someone to buy it in cash? That question is for Anish. I can answer it, but you treat it exactly the same, Alexander. Okay? It's usually cash. The only thing that you will be transferring is the assumable part. So you see usually transfer for assumable mortgage of properties that are $500,000, and the transfer they're asking for 80 because they're making the money on top of that. Okay, that's the way you do it. When I mean a transfer of title is a quick claim deed can. Quick claim deeds happen all the time, and if you don't put this little trick that I did here of the 25,000, all the quick claim deeds are below that. Okay, transfer of titles, it means to be quick claim deeds, and quick claim deeds are of value of 100, most of them. But in order to be safe, I put $25,000 in the quick claim deed. So everything that is below that is not considered a guaranteed deed sale. That's the reason. So I think if we don't have any more questions, I'm going, in any case, I will wait for one more question to answer. If it's not, I have nothing else to add.
Amazing. Thank you, Francisco.
Ryan is asking, what did some others say confidential? Good question. They're usually police officers, sir. And we can do a search again. They're not that confidential, really. They're confidential in public record. But you know, some of them disappear, but usually they are police officers, and very rarely they're in foreclosure. They make good money. Police officers, some counties preserve the identity of certain officials, not all police officers, but the highest ranks. And some mayor, they're also confidential. In some counties, not all. Like I would say Hillsborough and Palm Beach. That's the one that comes to mind. And Homeland Security, say Harry. Thank you, Harry.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, Francisco, I don't, I'm gonna, since we do have a few minutes, I'm just gonna ask you some other questions in general, right? Since
okay.
since you know you know the software, you have so many users on that end of it. Generally speaking, I mean, obviously we have a niche that we do. What are you seeing from your clients in general? Like, how are they scaling? Are they using VAs? Like,
Well,
how are they building their business,
well,
right?
one of the things is, and it is good that you bring it in. I'm gonna say this. I would say my most successful clients using the system, in my perspective, are the ones that use it extensively with not only they know that what you could call the tricks of the software. They're knowledgeable about it. I will mention Harry. He's very knowledgeable about what he's looking for. He do an extensive research. That what I would say with Harry in the way that he used the system. Now, I have other clients that use the follow-up part more extensively because they put contracts into properties that are for sale. Not only for sale, they do off market too, but their whole way that they actually do their business is actually putting contracts out. The most contracts that they put out, they actually the better for them, because by the way, that's one of the ways that you are actually playing the game.
Yep.
The real estate game, if you don't put properties under contract, you're really not playing this with this real estate game the way that you should. And they really, really help themselves with BAs, because the BAs does the extensive work, the detailed work, and the clients that use VAs, they are the decision makers. Now, I have to say that in the mastermind that we created, one of the subjects that we're going to talk about in the next few weeks is how to actually get BAs. One of the things that we promote in the masterminds is not do it yourself, and that someone does it for you. The
Yeah.
mastermind, they tell me that I'm the the delegator in chief, and that's true. I have 63 virtual assistants. This system wouldn't be possible without that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need the most help that you can because your time is your more valuable asset. Okay. Now, there is another thing that I want to say regarding that. In the mastermind, many of the ideas that you see and the ones you don't see are coming from the feedback that we get from the people that are the the shakers of this. They actually foresee what's going to happen. I'm going to show you real quick two that you have. You first, you don't have available in ReaFax because we're in the process of getting in, but it wouldn't be possible uh if we had done the mastermind, because this idea comes from that. One of these is, if I say, one of my partners in the mastermind, which is Biju Kutungo, he likes his probate fresh. What that means is he almost wanted out of the ACU. For that reason,
Wait.
create.
Francisco, Beecher's not killing him off, are he? I know he's
No,
getting
well,
deals.
no,
We're not
not
we're
that
not
I
promoting that.
know. Not
We're
that I
not
know.
promoting that. Okay, fair enough.
So if you want to know people that have recently deceased in Broward County, you click deceased, and this is the people that actually passed in the last 3 months.
I didn't know that.
These
Yeah.
are not probate guys.
Yeah.
This is pre-probates. And if you want to see in the whole state,
I didn't even know you had that. I'm asking a
that's
question.
you.
Yeah. See, I told you I'm always hopping on because I'm like, every time I'm like, wow, I didn't know that.
This is a new thing.
Okay.
Look how the distribution view look like. Where are the areas that people die the most? You get it in ReaFax.
No comment.
Oh, this is a surprise for me. Citrus County, guys,
Uh-oh.
that's a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where people die the most. And if you want to know if they have equity, you go here and say, I want to know how much equity they have.
Yeah.
How do we know that they died recently? Obituaries, guys.
Wow.
6,675 have equity. Of the people that recently died, they're not in probate, guys.
Yep.
They just died.
Yeah, I mean, what I want to add is that if you guys aren't using, I know there's other software companies around the country. I'm just letting you know, I wouldn't have Francisco. I wouldn't pay for this for our students if I didn't think it was the best. It is absolutely amazing that you're getting pre-probate or deceased in the last 90 days, and it's insane on that end of it. And so that's why I was asking you, like, you can't be a one-trick pony. I know that's why today was about assignables, assumable mortgages, I should say. And at the RIA, right, like at what we teach on our coaching program, we know how to do all these kind of deals. And that's something, and by the way, I have the money, right, to do the deals. I think you saw that wholesale deal that we actually went over this weekend, and it netted $235,000 here on a wholesale deal. We actually bought a 3-2 for $125,000 in Miami. So, I mean, there's some massive numbers out there that not only am I doing, or our team's doing, I'm seeing it with other investors that we're friends with, really doing well in this market.
I have to say this. The disease, Alejandro is asking, the disease and permits are available? No, they're not available. Actually, the disease is going to be available for the mastermind, or they have availability for the mastermind students, right? They're not students, they are in the mastermind.
Yeah,
They have
participants.
availability for that. We're starting if we get this in real facts or not. I
Yeah.
haven't made a decision on that.
And so what I'm
Available
going to
for
add to
them.
that also is, when you join our Next Mill Mastermind, obviously we're a small group, and having someone like Francisco and the super tech guy, he's adding more features. I know we've kind of talked about this in the past where, yeah, you might add, the deceased or the permits or on that end of it, it might be an extra fee. And that's what he just has to figure out on cost and it, because remember, data costs something everywhere.
Yeah,
And
that's
great, so
not
that's the
between
challenge.
what we call the mainstream RIA facts. I would say we have features in RIA facts that are not available to everyone.
Yep.
And this is one of those, the disease. The other one, this is what we call boutique data because it's really hard to get the permits.
Yep.
And this is basically, it will tell you which roofs are outdated,
Yep.
have more
So,
than 20 years.
so what I'm gonna put in the chat, because I just want to have an idea, like what kind of deals do you guys are looking for? Like what's the most profitable? If you're investing and you're already doing it, and are you focusing on one? Or what I can tell you, unless you've really been doing this for a while, it is very difficult to do everything. So I'm just curious, what's been making the money, or what have you thought that actually makes you money, right? I know, a lot of people always see us do short sales. A lot of these pre-foreclosures actually have equity. So they're quick closings, right? We've done things with liens, violations, right? We're using our own money. Our team knows how to negotiate those. So yeah, we've closed houses with liens. Harry Diamond still on this call, one of the lien mentors, still has the record. I'd want to say $2 million in liens that was negotiated down, and we closed it with them. So I
That sounds
believe
like
it's
Harry.
yeah, it's some pretty interesting things. So I'm just curious, what are you guys doing actually? What kind of deals are you guys going after? And if you're not, right, then that just tells me you got to join our program, right? You got to be in our quick start. Why else are you here? You could have all the data in the world, and if you're not talking to people, it's gonna be a challenge too. So it's just interesting when it comes to that. And again, scalability, right, is important too. That's the other thing that including myself, in the mastermind and as a group, is that, hey, when am I making money if I'm not working, right? Like that's the goal on that. So you have the right people at the right seats within your organization. The first job is to learn it, put some money in your pocket. And then if you really want to scale it, you just got to have the right people in those seats, right? The marketing person, the acquisition person, the disposition person. They're all different people and different types, is what I'm going to tell you on that portion. So you could have all the software in the world, and we know the big iBuyers. I'm going to say the Z word, right? They are no longer in the wholesale business, right? Zillow, they thought they had all the data, and yet they still need to go talk to people, still go actually look at houses, because there are some things going on that they just didn't know. So it looks like, okay, look, what, no one's doing deals? All right.
Yeah, I'm like, is the chat disabled? You guys, you can respond in the chat.
I don't know. I think
No.
I think they're all intimidated,
One
right?
of the things that we can actually do
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
uh,
2 minutes.
we go to
So,
the contains here in the owner name to
yep.
see Silo have still any properties in Florida that haven't sold yet, because that at the value that we're buying, that they have like 3,000 properties.
Yeah. I just don't know what name they put it in.
They put into that it was Silo something. I
Oh, they do.
remember.
Okay. Yeah. I just wasn't sure what structure they use. Good
They
question.
they still have 125 properties.
Wow.
They they
Interesting.
they had they dump a lot of these properties. This one they're selling. They bought it in 380. They're actually making money out of this one.
Yeah. It's for
They're
sale.
selling it in 567.
Wow. Okay.
This is the kind of thing that you can do when you have the knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm also getting some of the private messages here too. Listen, you're in the right spot. If you haven't done a deal, that's okay too, right? The key, here's the secret, right? Really easy. You got to talk to sellers. You don't talk to sellers, you're never going to get a deal is number one, right? Number two is, yeah, you're going to need some tools, meaning you have to have software, right? You have to have ReFax. You have to have money for a deposit of some sort. You're going to need all those things. And once you do like everything else, I'm not going to say it's easy. You're just going to become more confident. So that's what really happens. And we always talk about teamwork. People always ask me, oh, can I do this by myself? I'm like, you can, and it's going to take you longer. Like I spent well over $130,000 on mentorships and masterminds. I know you spent a lot of money also, Francisco, on masterminds, mentorship, to learn things, and we're successful people. So I just think it's, for me, it's more about time now versus trying to figure it out. And so that's why it's always important that, it's great that the first step, it's great that you actually are on the call. A lot of people, and what we talk about, what we always find that's interesting on our side is a lot of people register, and whether it's an in-person event or online, and only half of you guys show up. And then you wonder why you aren't, you're still kind of stuck in the same spot. So I want to congratulate, all the people on the call. So I appreciate that you guys are on there. The second part is, get into action, right? You got to have software. You got to get to, you got to get ReFax. The other end of it is, right, whether it's our coaching program, you need mentors. I have money, right, for deals. And we literally are walking side by side to get the deal done. Some of you guys might say, hey, look, I'm already doing some deals. I got some money on that end of it, and I'm not really sure how to build the business. And one of the challenges, Francisco, that I've seen, and I've talked to other really successful people, and what they always say, or what we found, is that just because you make money, right, it doesn't mean you're efficient. So I see a lot of people with money, and their answer is just to throw money at it. And then it's too late, and they're throwing a lot of money down the drain. So again, you want to really build your business where it runs by yourself, I think, or if you want to build your business so you could make it sellable. I'm not saying you want to sell it. I'm not saying you have to sell it. And just in case you want to be done with it. And, like what we're talking about, I know, Francisco, you got 3 daughters, and a lot of people when it comes to generational wealth, they just assume that their daughters or sons want to take over the business. And they may not.
Oh, they don't.
Right. So for you, I know the way you know how to scale businesses and the way it is. And for whatever reason, way down the road, and the girls don't want to take over the business, it's still sellable. And that's because you know how to build systems. So exactly. I just want to throw that in there too.
It run by itself, actually.
Yeah.
It can leave 3 months, disappear, and the system's going to be here in 3 months.
Yep.
Running and operating.
Yeah. And the people that already have ReFax, I invite you to, set up appointments with their customer service. Ask them. They're phenomenal. So you might have a little niche that might be something a little bit different. And that might be the thing that actually gets you to the next level. So you want to make sure, it's free for you guys. So you should be taking advantage of that too. So I know that we are almost out of time, it looks like, on that portion. I know someone's got paid to listen to the webinar. They're going to get a couple months, it looks like.
By the way, guys, the promo code is BPM RIA.
Yep. BPM, and you'll get anywhere from 10 to 18% off on the normal pricing. So
guys, it's BPM and it's 20% off. So thank you, Francisco.
Okay. Sorry
Love
about that.
that.
I thought it was by VPN, Ria.
Yeah,
It's
That's
yeah,
why we
okay.
have Alexa.
yeah, exactly.
No, you guys got it. Together, you almost had it. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's get that last question in the chat while I pick a winner
I don't
here.
really understand the question because we have a
Okay.
skip trace and we have a property analysis report,
Yep.
but I don't know if that's related per se.
Yeah, it could be Alexander. You after they skip trace it, like you could put it goes right into the property, into the notes, so they talk to each other.
I don't really understand the question. The thing is that Alexander, if you have real facts, that's more for customer service.
There you go.
So you can call the girls, and but I say the girls because they're mostly girls, but we have men too, and you can call this customer service, and they will answer you that really easy.
Yep, and the pricing, what's the pricing? It starts at what price? With a discount?
Let me go through that.
Okay.
I'm going to log out because the pricing is here.
Yep, because I know people are asking. We have the full version. With our discount, it's 224.
Okay, the system
$20.
goes as low as $87, and it goes our full version with all the perks that you saw is 2,240, which is the 20% discount that Alexa was talking about. See, it is the price with the promo code,
Yep.
and actually you get 2 months discount if you pay annually.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever of these you choose. Now, this price that you see here, if you use the promo code, it's going to be reduced in about 20%.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. Platinum, by the way, is data only, and it might not include premium features like some of the ones you saw. It's only data. This includes follow-up, and includes follow-up on a skip trace and a dialer system.
The easiest way I'm going to tell you is you're looking at a multi-million-dollar business. You need these tools. I don't know how else. I don't know how people try to do it. This is not where you're gonna skim out on purchasing something, because all the investors in our market are using this. That's the easiest way. And you'll be way behind. Imagine going down. I was just talking to someone in Francisco that how I used to go down to the county to look at the probate list. Like how much time, and I had to write it down. I wasn't sure. I'm going through. I'm like, oh my gosh. So,
And this is the state that we're actually in.
yep. Yep. So if you have the full version, you get all 7 states. So that gives you a good idea. So who's the lucky, Alexa? Who's the big?
All righty, let's do this thing. So our lucky winner is Angela A. Congratulations. You won the
Awesome.
2 free months. So I will be in touch with you after today's class. I will actually be sending every single one of you an email after today's class. I'll be sure to include the promo code for ReaFax products. It is BPM, just BPM, but we have an order form as well. If you prefer to use the order form, I will attach that on there for you guys. Just send the order form back to me and I will activate your account for you. Or you can use the promo code BPM at checkout for that 20% off. So congratulations, Angela. Super happy for you. But you guys, please okay, the questions are popping in because we have time. We have 10 minutes. So you guys, we can go hard on.
Ryan is asking how many skips trace we can do per month. The type of account, which is the professional dialer that actually does that, it allows you 500 per month. And if you want 500 more is $50 additional.
There you go.
And if you want 500 months, that's $50 additional.
Awesome. Yep.
All
that
right, you
is-
guys.
and
So
yeah, and I did see a few people make sure you book your discovery call. I did see some of you guys talk about you want to know more about our coaching program. So make sure you do that. As I said, some of you guys are interested in our Next Mill Mastermind. So you can always put an application and speak to one of the 5 of us to see if we're a good fit, and we're going to see if you're a good fit. So there's a lot of opportunity. And what I'm also going to end with is that it's almost June. This year is going by quick. It always goes quick. And the question is, where are you, right? Financially, are you doing the things that you want? Are you doing the things you want personally? And our answer is, we want you to have both because you deserve it.
so true. So please, everybody, look out for my email. Since I don't see any questions in here, I had, given you guys the opportunity for live Q&A. I don't see any questions in the Q&A box, so we're not going to take it personal, but you guys.
I'm going to, one of the things that I'm going to do is there's people that is interested in what we call this boutique data.
Oh, thank you, Francisco.
Because it's data we actually, put a lot of labor into extracting. I'm going to put my email here. If you are interested to know how much it will be and how you can your hands on that, here is the that is my corporate email. So you can shoot me an email and we can certainly talk.
You are amazing, Francisco. Quick question popped in. Is the information the same for each county?
The answer is no. The availability of some information is not in every single county, like open violations. For instance, there is no open violation system in Henry County or Washington County. No, that there is not going to be a search on that because they don't actually have an actual system for violations because it's a very small place. I have no knowledge about Marion County, Dennis. Not on the top of my mind, I don't know. We might or might not have it. Marion, I understand, is where Key West is. I'm not sure. One of the things is, go into the chat or customer service, and they will tell you open violations are available probably in 10 to 15 counties, something like that. Because it's where we have found that they have systems that you can actually access that information to the public. We can show you what we don't have.
Awesome. Awesome, you guys. Now, we are so grateful that you guys joined today. We did record today's class. We will post it to our YouTube channel. I know a lot of you guys will want to watch this replay. If you are watching the replay right now, please like and share this with somebody. If you love them, you will share this information with them. Yes, you guys can use the BPM code at any time, but as Francisco said, if you join today, you will get access to the course. So is that right, Francisco?
That's right.
Okay, perfect. So if you guys want access to the course, then go ahead and purchase today. Francisco provided his email. I mean, what more can we ask for, you guys? We are doing everything we can here and always giving you guys as much as we possibly can. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Link is in the chat. Share the replay with somebody that needs it. We all know that there is somebody who needs this information. Go follow us on social media. If you loved the class today, we would truly appreciate it if you gave us 5 stars review on Google. I would be more than happy to do something for you, give you maybe a free month membership trial. So if you have a moment, please do me a favor and give us 5 stars. I would appreciate that. And you guys know that the National RIA Cruise is leaving from Miami in February 2025. So go to nationalriacruise.com if you want to get in there. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a safe and wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I know we're going to be closed on Monday, but we will open back up on Tuesday at 9 a.m. for you guys. You guys know you can always send me an email. I'll be here if you guys have any topic recommendations. Anish said he wanted to do a subject 2 class. Please send me an email. Let me know what other topics you guys are interested in. We're always trying to, hear what you guys want to learn and what you're interested in. So please send those recommendations over. And we'll see you next week on Friday for a Friday webinar. That's always fun. Love to end the week on a good note with some good information. So we'll see you at the next Mill Mastermind free webinar next Friday, and have a safe and wonderful holiday weekend. Enjoy Memorial Day.
Thank
Be
you,
safe.
Alexa.
Honor everyone that requires being honored on Memorial Day. Make sure you say thank you to everybody. So thank you guys.
Thank you
Thanks for
very much,
joining.
Alexa.
Be well.
Be
See you
safe,
next week.
everyone. Thank you
Be
very
safe.
much.
Take care, guys. Bye.